Everything started on this court right here. Me and my brother would be on this court religiously simply because we loved the game of basketball. Basketball showed me how to go after something that I love and create inspiration from it. To be honest, I wish that I can say that I had my journey figured out since the beginning, but I would be lying. There's a calling for all of us to go towards something that forces us to grow in unusual, peculiar ways. It comes across sometimes as like a new job opportunity, moving to a place you've never been before, or sometimes even tragedy such as accidents and death to loved ones that pushes us to that point. At 14, it felt as though I was sure I wanted to be a basketball player, but I didn't know that it would take me making a great deal of sacrifice time and time and time again to understand that we have capabilities that must be challenged or will go to waste. And it doesn't matter what the obstacles are either. My dream in high school was to be able to play in the NBA one day and play with the greats of my generation, such as LeBron and Kobe. Kobe was the person who inspired me to play basketball, and I wanted to one day display that same confidence in my game, such as him. But I sucked. I started playing in organized basketball games at like 16 years old and got cut from my varsity high school team throughout my high school years. And not only that, I tore my ACL my junior year that will lead to me getting knee surgery. But dreams can be such a powerful motivator that it can guide you in ways that you wouldn't even imagine. You simply have to start with the belief that your dreams are possible. I was playing in church leagues and other high school basketball leagues, just desperate as hell to play basketball. I would spend all my days at the court practicing, thinking about everyone that doubted me, laughed at my abilities, and I told myself that I wasn't going to be a joke to anyone anymore, and people will respect my game. Easier said than done, right? This also was the beginning of me starting to believe a lot of limited things about myself and what I was able to do and wasn't able to do. My failures were starting to strongly define me at this time, and this is something that wasn't just exclusive to me, but it's exclusive to a lot of people that fail going towards something that they truly care about. But you have to have enough courage to keep fighting, to keep serving that purpose. Your body is the vessel for your dreams to live through, and you can't take that lightly. And me being 15, 16, 17 years old, I did not understand this at the time. All I knew is that I deeply cared about this one thing that consumed my life. And only thing I was experiencing around this time was shortcoming after shortcoming, failure after failure. But something in me had to figure out a way to get over that hump. And it was completely draining and daunting for me. But perseverance is the key. And you never know in the future how things will be played out. The most important thing is just showing up and doing the work. When I first started playing basketball, it was very difficult to score 1 point in the game, like even a free throw. That was very difficult to do, and I wanted to know what it felt like to score double digits. What was that feeling to score 10 points in the game? That's how far removed I was from the player that I wanted to be. And I would get so frustrated leaving the game with 4 points from fast break layups with no one around me. I wanted to know the feeling of hitting threes and getting and ones. And that's when I knew I was at the beginning of embarking on this basketball journey. Fast forward 6 years and I was a college dropout, and all I wanted to be was a college athlete because I didn't see myself being capable of playing at a higher level. The habits I developed was more suitable for a kid trying to party all the time, and I was filled with pride and recklessness. This led to me being kicked out of my house with absolutely nothing. I felt as though no one believed in me, and let alone didn't care what I was going through. This is the closest I came to being defeated by life. I felt as though I was going to be doomed if I didn't change my way of living. Failure is a great mentor if you let it be. This is the story of how Purpose Served got started and why. Goals are essential to all living organisms. Goals are the ends towards which effort is directed. Every living thing uses this consciously in order to survive. My goal was to one day play professional basketball, and best believe I treated that goal like my life was on the line. And sometimes it quite literally felt like it was. I got to the mindset that I was going to do everything in my power to do what I love. And my mind, body, and soul was constantly tested because I failed repeatedly and felt as though I was alone. I was 5'10" on a good day, and I didn't play in high school or college. And I'm competing with guys that have experience and size. They also want the same thing as me, which makes the odds for me that much greater. But y'all can think back when we were faced with similar situations that make you question your capabilities for accomplishing that dream you desire. I realized the secret to overcoming those doubts, and it took me a really long time to figure it out. A decent amount of it came from my shortcomings. The secret is constantly having enough guts to be better than you previously was. And what happens over time is miraculously you transform into the person you always wanted to be. Having a purpose can drive you to levels you wouldn't think possible. They just needed a spark to start the fire. You have to do your purpose a service. And for me, it was obviously practicing, but I had to most importantly put myself out there to put my skills to the test. It's okay to be afraid when going towards a new endeavor, leaving your place of comfort to a world that is unfamiliar. It's a part of your hero's journey to attain a goal that you're looking for. You often have to venture into no man's land. That's how I ended up in North Carolina. That's how I ended up in Las Vegas, Puerto Rico, Spain, which in hindsight is something that makes me grateful for the struggle. Making order out of chaos is a skill you must develop if you want to accomplish something you've never done before, which as it sounds is very difficult and daunting at times. Right now, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got the Clippers and Denver game on. Of course, I was watching playoffs in here. I know for a fact this is a start, but I already did touch people's lives with just doing one thing, you know what I mean? And I just stepped into my purpose. But also I realized I thought I was in the midst of my hero's journey, but little did I know that I just started. I just started, but it's a lot of things that, you know that I have to go through in order for me to become the person that I want to be. But now it's not in a way where it's like struggling means, but this is more about, a mindset kind of a thing, which it always have been, but most importantly, this is like really a mindset thing. And I had to be as self-aware while I'm going through this process, because at the same time, I have to teach the same thing to others. A lot of things have changed for me in a very drastic way, to say the least. It's forcing me to create new beliefs within myself that didn't apply 2 weeks ago, or even so last week, because of the circumstances that I put myself in. This is forcing me to become elastic with my beliefs and my purpose. And I'm very aware of the situation that I'm in. And also, I want to help people understand that my situation and their situation is not that far off. It actually coincides, because I don't know what I'm doing, and I do get nervous from time to time, but it's not going to stop me from doing whatever it is that I got to do. In fact, nothing will. Nothing. And I'm truly blessed and I'm truly grateful to be in the position that I'm in, because, I feel as though the inner world is starting to express itself in the outer world, which is like deep into my subconscious, but a lot of things around me is starting to become like a real thing, and everything that I wrote down is manifesting itself, and it's going to be stuff of legend. My goal is to make Purpose Served a full-time thing for me, and within the next 5 to 6 months, as right along with me playing basketball. I'm happy that it will get to the point where not only will this make an impact on the people's lives around me, but even more so the people that I would never meet ever in my life. But it's pretty much all I gotta say, man. This is only the beginning. It's literally only the beginning. But I'm already out, man. I'm already out. Serve your purpose, man. Just serve your purpose. That's what you're here for. This is the self-confidence formula taken out of Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves in physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person. I know through the principle of autosuggestion and desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself that development of self-confidence. I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I would never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for humanity. Because I know that negative attitudes towards others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. As humans, we are very adaptable, and you must know that you have the same capabilities as me and anyone around you. It starts with the courage to simply embrace your purpose and act on it as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the higher the chance of your failure of one day fulfilling that purpose. Thanks to Sean Mills at Pure Passion Sports, he helped me see that there was more to life than the game of basketball. And that's what led to the creation of Purpose Served, which is something I started to help you set the right goals and see those goals through to completion. Not only that it's most importantly to help inspire a new generation to serve their purpose and help others dream big as well. I didn't know when I was playing on this court that I would travel the world doing what I loved, be a trainer, and help mentor kids who are in similar predicaments I was in at 16 with no coaches or trainers or team support. But that's what makes dreams special. They have a way of offering hope, even in the most darkest of times. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and I'm glad to be a part of yours. Serve your purpose.